Unions are alleging the Northern Territory's workplace regulator has failed to properly investigate a long list of serious workplace incidents. The death of a young man on a prawn trawler in 2013 is on the list, along with the recent drowning of a man at Darwin wharf. The unions are calling for the Northern Territory government to step in. Felicity James reports from Darwin.
20-year-old Ryan Donoghue was killed on board an Austral Fisheries prawn trawler 4 years ago. His death is one of several workplace incidents NT WorkSafe have failed to act on, according to the Maritime Union's Northern Territory Secretary, Thomas Mayer.
We've seen employers be dishonest to NT WorkSafe where there has been evidence of that, and there's still been failure to act. We've seen investigations absolutely botched.
Ryan Donoghue was using an angle grinder to cut rusted shackles on the deck of the Austral Fisheries prawn trawler when he was hit by a wave and electrocuted. His father Steve spoke after the inquest.
He was a very determined young man. He was enjoying what he was doing. He was finding his place in life, in the world. But unfortunately, because his life was taken so soon, he won't be able to achieve what he wanted to achieve.
The 240-volt power tool Mr Donoghue was using was plugged into a socket without a safety switch. He was unsupervised and was wearing shorts and a singlet with bare feet on the deck.
Ryan was electrocuted whilst at work as a direct result of an unprotected power outlet. We, his family, find it completely unacceptable that anyone could die under these circumstances, given the strict occupational health and safety regulations that exist in this country.
Austral Fisheries is a Cairns-based company that was operating in Northern Territory waters at the time of Ryan Donoghue's death. Last year, the Northern Territory coroner, Greg Kavanagh, said he believed the company should be prosecuted for the death. But so far, no charges have been laid. The coroner said,
"The death of Ryan Donoghue demands a response, and yet there has been none. The lack of action beggars belief and is shameful."
In his findings, the coroner said no federal, state or territory regulatory authority had pursued any action against Austral Fisheries. The most recent incident of concern, according to Thomas Mayer, is the death of a 37-year-old man in January, believed to have fallen off a Darwin wharf at night and found in the water the next morning. Thomas Mayer.
Hudson Creek is a place that the union has talked to NT WorkSafe about in the past. We've raised concerns about the structural integrity of the docks there and the general safety standards in the place and the access and egress to vessels. And now, tragically, we have a death.
The circumstances surrounding this man's death have not been confirmed, and police and NT WorkSafe say their investigations are ongoing. Thomas Mayer is sceptical.
We know that when workers complain to NT WorkSafe and the inspectors go down there, the workers are never visited, they're never interviewed. We have instances where inspectors will walk around with the boss, simply not interview a single worker and get to the crux of it. They go back and they report exactly what the employers told them. It's just not good enough.
Other cases of concern to unions include demountable housing containing asbestos in the remote town of Tennant Creek, purchased by the local Aboriginal Corporation, and workers at the MacArthur River mine who fear they've been inhaling toxic smoke.
NT WorkSafe is failing to act on bad employers. They have a mantra of education of employers in order to get them to comply, but you can only educate bad employers so much before an authority has to act.
There's been an ongoing debate about who has jurisdiction to investigate Ryan Donoghue's death, Queensland or the Northern Territory. Since August last year, NT WorkSafe has been unable to confirm with the ABC whether they're pursuing the matter, despite legal advice sought by Mr Donoghue's family and provided to the coroner, which says the ball is firmly in the Northern Territory's court. A spokesman for NT WorkSafe says the Director of Public Prosecutions is looking at whether there's a case to answer on some discrete matters.
Felicity James reporting.